So we need to upgrade the Earth by clicking on it, thereby taking all of its energy away. Well, I'm all about that. Let's get started. Earth Clicker makes your clicks 2 times as powerful. Now we're getting 2 energy per click. And we've gained over 100 energy so we can make 1 single campfire. That's all that's fueling the world. And that just gives me 1 energy per second, so I don't even have to click anymore. I just want to. And look at that, we're already back over 200, so we can make our clicker twice as powerful. So we're getting 4 energy per click, plus we're now getting an extra energy per second. I'm actually finding this clicking just strangely satisfying, so I'm even missing a lot of these upgrades on the left. Like I had 3 built up and I didn't even notice. Life's good when you can just wake up, drink coffee, and click on things. We'll buy a few more campfires, so we're making several energies per second without doing anything at all. Our next Earth Clicker is going to be 2000. And since that will take a second, we could probably start using the Auto Clicker. That goes a little bit faster. There's 500, 2000. I like how this one's not at all limited by time. So we're going to double down on that. We're going to buy a few more campfires and we're going to turn the Auto Clicker back on and we're going to make even more money. There's 2000, there's 3000, there's 4000. We might break something today. So if we buy a farm, we get 10 energy per second without doing anything, and we can afford a few of those because I have an Auto Clicker that's on steroids. And for those of you that always ask what Auto Clicker I use, it's just the Logitech one. It almost feels too easy to go this way. We're gonna upgrade the campfire some more, so now we're making, I don't know, not quite 100 per second, but it's probably something like 50 per second. And we can increase our output if we get 20,000, so let's save up for 20,000. It's really only gonna take a second anyways. To be fair, this did take more than a second, but not much more than a second. And there's even residual clicks that I have to wait to there it is, and Earth Clicker. Now we make 16 per click. I feel like this is basically speedrunning a clicker game, and I'm all about that, but now we're going twice as fast, so there's 10,000 again, and we can buy an animal farm. We want lots of animals, which means we definitely need lots of animal farms. There's an extra few, that's going to give me an extra like 400 per second. So now that number's going up very big by itself, pretty soon I might not even have to click. But I'm still going to. I'm always going to. I looked away for a second and suddenly we're up to 200,000. So we're going to go from 16 per click to 32 per click. So saving up another 200,000 is going to take half the time. But we don't really need 200,000. We want 200,000. But we want our windmills because these are going to give me 1,000 per second. And we can buy at least one of them. So we're up to probably 1,500 per second. And we haven't even started on any of these other planets yet. 750 quadrillion. I want some of these, no millions. Here I was all proud of my numbers already. These are amateur numbers. We need to go much bigger. I'm gonna need a lot of coffee. And I've just realized there's an efficient way of doing this. I was turning my Auto Clicker off to buy things, but I can just leave it on and go like this, and it pretty much buys whatever I need. I'm basically made of productivity today. Between that and the coffee, nothing else exists in my being. But I think also we need a factory produces 5,000 per second. So now look at that number going up and I'm not even clicking. And these basically pay for themselves because there's another factory upgrade. So now we're making an extra 10,000 per second over what we just were. And I thought we might be getting close to a prestige, but that's going to cost 1 decillion energy. I don't remember exactly how big that is, but I know it's pretty big. But I've got time if you do. Here's another 10,000 per second. I'm pretty sure the auto earnings are going to be beyond my clicking pretty soon. There's another 5,000 per second, so we're up to I think 25 or 30,000 per second now. My clicking does add a little bit of speed, but not that much anymore. We're actually auto earning more, so I'm going to need 2 million to step up my clicking game. I'm just taking all the energy from these planets. I'm technically making them energy, but I'm also taking it away again right away. Ever wondered what 10 million energy looks like? Neither have I, but we're about to see it. I kind of wish we got to see all the zeros laid out, but it still says 10 million, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm going to buy the Earth Clicker, so we're going to go from 32 to 64 per click, and then we're basically already halfway to the next clicker. But since we saved our $10 million in no time at all, let's buy some factories. I don't know how many we're going to buy. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. So we just added 40,000 energy per second. Probably not going to take very long at all now to get the 20 million I need for the Earth Clicker. I kind of just realized how cheap Mars is. It's only $1 million. So we should probably go ahead and buy that because I feel like it's going to help us in a big way. Like I can get extra clicks for only 100,000 right now, and I can get extra clicks again. So up to 256 per click. And then if I buy an oil mine, we can get 120,000 energy per second. So watch how fast this number is going up. Watch how fast it's going up now. And now, and again, it's even quicker. So I should be paying more attention to how much these cost. Okay, Jupiter's $150 billion, which makes sense. It's a pretty big planet. So we're going to save up for that. But I'm also going to be sure to fill out the planets as we go. 5.25 million is definitely worth it. Every once in a while, we'll jump back to Earth to spend a few bucks on it. I'm not actually here to help the planets. I just turned them into a giant colossus of clicking and energy. Speaking of which, there's 40 million. So we're going to buy the coal power plant. That's going to give me 1.5 million per per second. So that pushed our income way higher. So we're already making a few $1,000,000 per second, and that's going to go up very fast. Like we've already saved up $65 million. The next big upgrade is 500 million, but that's going to give me 50 million per second. We just broke 500 million, which is $500 million, but now we can buy a nuclear power plant. So we click on that, and now we're making 50, 60 million per second. And that's without clicking. I mean, we're back up to 500 million already. I didn't even do anything, and we're back to 5. So let's add another 50 million per second. So we're now making, I don't know, 110 million per second. Even by the time I'm done saying this, we're already ready for the next upgrade. And we can also upgrade our clicker a few times. Maybe on Earth too, yeah. Okay, so now what are our clicks up to? 4,000. And we just landed completely into the billions, so we'll maybe upgrade the Earth a little more. I'm not really sure why, but at least I want my clicker. Then we'll upgrade the nuclear power plant a few more times, and I don't know how much we're making per second, but it's hundreds of millions. Our clicking's up to 8,000. Let's give it one more upgrade. Now it's up to 16,000, so when I go like this, I don't know if that really makes a difference compared to our income, but it's fun. And we're over 8 billion. That means I can buy margin technology, 750 million per second. So we're probably actually at about 1 billion per second at this point. So that means we can buy the next margin technology right away. And that gave us an extra 750 million per second. And again, and we can even buy a few of these maybe. That still gives us, well, that was probably 500 million per second. Look at how fast the money's going up now. We're up to $120 billion, which is more than a little bit. We're going to buy some more margin technology with that. They are getting expensive, so at some point it's kind of less worth it. But because nothing here seems to change at level 10 or 25, it's generally better to go for the more expensive of upgrades. We could still do this a little bit just for fun. These basically make their money back as soon as I buy them. Like I can't afford it now, there it is again. I can't afford it again, but there it is again. And I just kind of want to be sure when we hit the next planet that we have a nice healthy start to it. I don't want to be waiting around. I don't have time for that. I'm a very busy person. Saved up about $1.5 trillion, which is certainly more than I've ever had before. So instead of buying the next planet, let's get more of this technology. That's just going to help us with our income moving into the next planet. The money's definitely going up pretty quickly. I don't know, it's 30 billion per second or something thereabouts. I think now that I have another $1.5 trillion, which is 10 times more than I need to buy Jupiter, we're going to buy Jupiter, because then I can start with a hydrogen fusion reactor. That's going to earn us $100 billion per second. I guess we'll buy some of these other ones too. We'll make our clicks more powerful, 32,000 per click. That's going to give me $5 billion per second, which isn't really a lot. Not anymore anyway. It's cheap enough we'll buy a few of them, I guess, because it's not even putting a dent in our number yet. We do want to make our clicks 2 times as powerful, so we're going to go back to the beginning because they only cost $20 billion here. These usually seem so expensive. I'll even spend up to 2 trillion on those. This one is now up to 6 trillion. What are we at? 1 million per click? Let's do 2 million per click. Then we get to do it here on Jupiter as well. So we're now making 4 million per click. And in case we've forgotten, there's a lot of clicks. But even at 4.19 million per click, there has to be able to compare to our $8.5 million empire so far. Okay, we're up to $18 trillion. Let's buy some more hydrogen fusion reactor. These give us 100 billion each. So there's an extra 600 billion per second. Basically, 2/3 of a trillion. That's pretty much going to help us save up for the helium fusion energy. And of course, that didn't take very long at all, $50 trillion. And that's going to give us 4.5 trillion per second. So that over doubled our income just like that. Because we're back to $50 trillion already. There's 60 trillion, there's 70 trillion. So you get the idea that's going to get really, really big. But then again, the next upgrade is 1.75 quadrillion. So it's going to even out. But I just keep sitting here clicking, buying these as many times as I can. That keeps putting our income up and up and up. Like without clicking right now, we're making $50 trillion per second, something in that neighborhood, which obviously is a lot. So now we can go back towards Earth and upgrade our clicking again. Do we want to spend $200 trillion? Yeah, we might as well. It's clicking. You can never have too much of it. The next upgrade there is expensive, but we're up to 33 million per click. Including this, 66. And now our numbers are up to the quadrillion already. I didn't expect to get there that fast. We better spend some more on our clicking. So we're up to 134 million per click. And we need some more of this too. We need more trillions per second. That just added an extra lots. 13.5 trillion. Plus another 4.5, plus another 4.5. So now our number is probably closer to $100 trillion per second. Anyways, we're at 1.4 quadrillion, and that's going up pretty quick. So quick, in fact, that we can now buy solar radiation, 120 trillion per second. So that's made our money go even more bananas, and it's just going to keep going up and up and up. We already have enough just about for the next upgrade. another 120 trillion. So at this point, I'm basically going to go stretch my legs for a couple minutes and come back. We'll see what kind of money we have and what we want to do with it. A short coffee break later, I'm up to $190 quadrillion, which is enough to buy thermal radiation. This produces 2.5 quadrillion per second. So we just added $7.5 quadrillion per second. 7.5 quadrillion energy per second, whatever. But that means in the 10 seconds since I bought that, we've already made the money back. It took that entire break to earn. So we're going to buy a few more of those and maybe even some of these. So our clicks are up to 300 million, 600 million. And I really like these clicks. They're very important to me. Should I spend all of this money? Yeah, I should. We're up to 4.29 billion per click. And we'll even do the $200 quadrillion here. So we're up to $34 billion per click. And I definitely don't need to buy any of these anymore, though they might get pretty high. Let's actually buy a bunch of the factories. It takes a while to actually buy enough that we actually need. And it doesn't tell you how much they're giving you, but they're costing $24 quadrillion each. Upgrades for clicking are now going to cost into the quintillions, which is a really big number. So for now, we'll just continue being satisfied at 34 billion. And at this point, it's also debatable whether or not it's worth it to buy about 20 of these or one of these given the price. But I'm going to be lazy and just buy both. Actually, with the price increase, it's definitely worth it for the thermal radiation. So it's back to clicking and doing an occasional one of those. $3 quintillion later, we can buy another 5 thermal radiations, so that added $12.5 quadrillion per second. I don't know when I started calling energy dollars, but that's just a default I go to. I always think big numbers must mean dollars, so they're dollars now.
Come on, keep up.
And there's another 5 quadrillion per second, so I don't know how many we're making per second. Let's call it $50 quadrillion. And that does mean we can buy Saturn. Not by a whole lot, but we can buy it, and I know these upgrades are going to be worth it. Maybe not so much a Saturn clicker at start, but when we get 300 quadrillion, we're going to get gas-powered energy. Why does our Saturn have such a budget ring? I paid a lot of money for this. I want the full thing. Anyways, for now, I'm going to get gas-powered energy. That's going to add 300 quadrillion per second. We're at that fun point now where it's hard to even understand the scale of how much we're buying and how much that's worth, but it adds up pretty quick. I think 300 quadrillion is roughly 1/20th of 6.6. It'd be 1/22nd, if that makes any sense at all. Then again, it doesn't have to make sense. I just need to keep buying.
Don't ask questions.
Then I'm also going to work backwards a little bit to increase that clicking furthermore. So we're up to 550 billion. And again, I don't know if that really necessarily adds anything. Even at 1.1 trillion, we need like a trillions to make any difference at all. It's just kind of fun to see me getting 2.2 trillion per click. And we're clicking quick. Then we should be able to buy probably another 4 of these, which is going to give us an extra 1.2 quintillion per second. I've upgraded my clicker again. We're up to 8.8 trillion per click. Still not enough to make a difference there, but one day it might be. We've almost got enough for helium mining. Look how much that gives me. I haven't been paying attention to any of these the rewards. And there we go, helium mining, 10 quintillion per second. So we're going from like 3 quintillion per second to 13 quintillion per second. And for the first time, we broke $6 sextillion energy, which means we can buy another 3 of those, which gave us an extra 30 quintillion. So I think we're up to something like 43 quintillion per second, and it sure looks like it. Make that 53. So at this point, 10 of these would equal 3 quintillion, but it would cost more than 1 of these. So you can see why I don't go back to these lesser upgrades. I always look for the next one. My ring isn't getting any bigger. I want my money back. So I'm going to sit here and pout for a while and save up the 10 sextillion we need. And it's time for Rhea Moon mining. That's going to give me 750 quintillion per second. So watch this number jump again. And it's skyrocketing, which means we can increase our income every 10-15 seconds so far, and that's going to be a big increase. I just sit here and wait patiently for a few seconds, and I can already buy another 3, soon to be 4, because it pays for itself. So I think actually a quicker strategy for doing this would be for me to leave my auto clicker right here. The upgrade's going to buy themselves as soon as it's ready, and our income's going to go up, and you see the pattern repeats itself. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I just came back to look, and this next upgrade is actually no cheaper than this upgrade. And this one's going to get us considerably more bang for our buck. That's going to get us over 30 times better earnings, so we're going to click on one of those. So this by itself gives us 25 sextillion per second, and now we're up to 50 sextillion per second. So we're up to, I don't know what it is, almost 100 sextillion per second at this point. But the next upgrade is going to cost 30 septillion, so we're going to do the same thing. Autoclicker sits right here, and we'll wait. And now these upgrades are about a third of the next room for the pressure generator, but we're definitely going to buy the pressure generator because it's going to earn us 1.2 septillion per second, which is nowhere near what we're doing now. It is kind of sad taking energy away from planets like this though, because there's no life on it anyway. Earth is the good one because think of all the people that are dying. Anyways, pressure generator, and we're up to I don't know how much money this is. Over a septillion dollars per second, and we're soon to be making more. While we're at it, let's upgrade our clicker some more. I don't know how much we've upgraded it because I don't really know where we started, but we're going to be making a lot of money per click. That much I'm pretty sure of. So 1 click equals 4.6 quintillion. So that might actually add up somewhat compared to that. So at 9.2 quintillion per click, we can do a lot of clicks. Plus we can also buy the pressure generator and other upgrades. So the income just goes up and up and up. I think this would be a good opportunity also to see how high we can get the clicker. We're going to find ones that are a little more agreeable in price, though that's debatable. 200 septillion is also debatable. So this is conceivably about as high as we would get the clicker anyway, and it's 37 quintillion. So it probably helps out a little bit, but not overly considering how much each of these upgrades is worth. And we need a lot of money for that next upgrade. So what we're going to do now is sit here and click on pressure generator until we have a stupid amount of money. It realistically won't even take that long. I just want to be making such a stupid amount of money by the time we get to the next area that it kind of makes it easier. I'm simply not going to be happy until I have all the energy in the universe and there's no life left at all. I want it all. I don't actually have any plans to use it. I just kind of want it. But I just realized our rate of income is so stupidly high now that we're well on our way to our next planet. Okay, well at least to buy it. We're not going to be able to afford any upgrades quite yet, but it's not actually going to take that long. Water extraction. This planet doesn't need water. That added over 50 septillion dollars per second, which is ludicrous compared to what we were making, which is already a ludicrous number. So let's get some more of that. And we could probably upgrade our clicker some more, which is up to 73 quintillion dollars. Then we can work backwards to the planets doing the same thing, upgrading our clicker just a little. They're mostly into the octillions now, which seems like a lot. But 300 quintillion per click at this many clicks adds up quick. Oh, but we're into the octillions of dollars anyway. I can't believe we used to work on things like a steam engine. The technology is so far advanced from that now. So now that we've got our clicking all the way up to 5 sextillion per click, we're going to do water extraction. And then we should probably upgrade the Uranus clicker. We're making 1 octillion every few seconds, so that's going to add up pretty quick. And we only need 4.5 octillion to get our next upgrade anyway, so I should save up for that. The ammonium generator. 350 septillion dollars per second, so about a third of an octillion. And we very quickly saved up enough for methane mining. We have 120 octillion dollars energy, so this is going to give us 8 octillion per second as it is. Right now it would take us 8 seconds roughly to make this. Now we're doing it every second, so we just made 8 times as much money, and we basically already have enough for the next upgrade, so now we just doubled our income. And you can see how this is just very satisfying. Those numbers get bigger and bigger and bigger. So we should work on our clicks now too, that we're making this income. So we're making 5 sextillion per click. Now we're making 10 sextillion. So we'll go through the rest of the planets as best we can. This used to be a ridiculously big number. Now it seems like a small one. That one we're going to wait on because I don't have that much time. Well, then again, actually, this number is going up pretty stupidly fast. So we're now up to 300 sextillion per click. This one will be an easy one. No nillion we're not going to get to, but 1.2 septillion dollars per click. We would literally absorb the Earth in 1 click. I don't mean to sound stupid, but I'm going to. I didn't realize there was planets in the other direction. I kept wondering why we were buying planets as it got further away from the sun. The sun would make more sense because it probably has the most energy. So let's buy all of Venus all at once. So thermal energy, atmosphere generator, oxygen creator. Why would we want that? These are all normally super expensive upgrades, but when you're this rich, it doesn't matter. So we're going to upgrade the Venus. This would have made the clicker so much better all this time because all of these are upgrading my clicks in a huge fashion. We'll buy into the octillions for now, I guess, even one of those. So our clicks are now worth 6.3 octillion dollars. Then we'll also buy Mercury, 10 quadrillion. So it's not cheap, but we'll buy all of these. Including, I'm just going to auto click the clicker upgrade, and then we're up to 20 decillion dollars. What? Okay, this just got stupidly easy suddenly because I can just look at our money now. We're into undecillion already. The sun obviously costs 69 sextillion dollars, so we're going to go ahead and buy that and buy everything here. Nothing here is helpful enough. We need to go back the other way. So we'll buy all the clickers we can. Now we're up to 340 undecillion per click, which means the clicking makes more than our income by a stupid amount. So this kind of actually breaks the game because this amount is more than enough to buy the rest of everything, I'm pretty sure. Kind of wish I found that earlier. So here's the final planet, which is Neptune, 250 nonillion dollars, but we can afford everything here, no problem. So let's put all of our money into this because this will be the best upgrade there is to see if it even can move this number anymore. So nope, even maxed out, it won't move this number one little bit. It's all about the clicking at this point. So trade decillion, yeah, we're making a lot of money there. We're going to do this on all the clickers to see how high it actually goes. So Earth Clicker turned into infinity million energy. So when I click on that, I don't... What is that? Septendecillion. Septendecillion dollars. We're now into the octodecillions. And I could do the same with all the clickers. It just turns into an infinity millions after a while because it doesn't want to make any numbers that big. Probably because it gets a little bit hard to even find the numbers that are that big. So after literally maxing out the clicker, it's just +1. It's circle, it's +1. Can we max out other things? So can we max out solar panels? It doesn't seem so. I think I just broke the game. I think this is maxed. Things are just not going anymore because it doesn't matter. We made so much energy, we destroyed the entire galaxy. I mean, it only costs $1 decillion to prestige. We have like, I can't even describe to you how many of these we have. Trillions of trillions of trillions of trillions. But if we were to play through this now, we'd have twice as much income, which is kind of bananas to think about it. But we're already so far ahead, it's all just kind of meaningless at this point. We basically broke everything. Nothing's relevant.